there, I'm Dr. Kathy Gosser, and here we are with another episode of FranchiseU in the 502. We're on location at Cinnaholic on Shelbyville Road, and we're going to go in and talk with Sean and Dion Roberson, who are the franchisees of this fantastic brand. Join me. So welcome to an episode of FranchiseU in the 502. And we have with us today Dion and Sean. They are a husband and wife team who own Cinnaholic, which is pretty cool, huh? Here's the most interesting thing. Sean and I worked together at KFC, but in different departments. And so when I came here and I met, he's like, oh, we work together. Oh my gosh. Yes, that's right. So why don't you all tell them? I thought we'd start with you two and tell us a little bit about your journey. So tell us why you decided to do this.
So we decided on Cinnaholic, one, for us to go into business together. I love to bake, all things baking, and Sean actually is the owner of Westlake Coffee. So it was a way for us to branch our interests together, background, and that's how we came up with Cinnaholic.
So how did you find Cinnaholic?
So we lived in Atlanta for several years, and that's where Cinnaholic is based. And we found ourselves always going for dessert, like every weekend. And so when we knew we were moving back to Kentucky, and we were like, there's no Cinnaholics. We should definitely bring one here. So it was really starting from where we were, enjoying it as a dessert and bringing it home.
So you two have full-time jobs. And, we've had conversations about work-life balance, and I told you it looks different for everyone, right? And so for this couple, it looks very different. Tell us about your full-time jobs and how you make Cinnaholic work within that, please.
Yeah, so as Dr. G mentioned, I actually worked at Yum KFC. That's where I kind of learned about franchising. I was in franchise finance. So I did that for several years. This started, KFC was transitioning from Louisville to Texas. So I was able to do this full time, but then I started another position where I'm working now for Ernst & Young doing consulting. So I'm able to do that during the day, here at night, and then here all weekend. So it's like a full-time job.
And roasting.
And coffee, everything.
That's crazy.
Non-stop. There's really no breaks. But that's part of the fun is you get to do something we love and, just keep working.
The saying is, if you love it, it's not work. So that's something to remember, right? Yeah. If you love what you're doing, it doesn't really work. Yeah. Tell us about your job.
So currently I work in consulting as well, but I do software implementations. So I am a partner. The company I work for is a partner of Workday. Eventually in your careers, you may get familiar with the platform, but I help implement those for businesses.
Yeah, that's a very different job.
Yeah, yes.
So sometimes this room is used as for meetings or other job. So I had the door locked earlier because I had a call and they were trying to get in here to set up. I'm like, want to call? Come back.
So you just make it all work. Yeah. So it's all one thing. Yeah. So you said you learned about franchising at KFC and which we did, right? Yeah. So you knew that even though you're not entrepreneur yourself, and you are as well with your own company and consulting piece, why franchise?
I think the freedom, I think franchising works because it gives you a structure and you're not starting from scratch. So Cinnaholic is already a proven concept. There's 100 plus locations. It was on Shark Tank. We love the concept and the fact that it's a franchise that you can start. They already give you the blueprint for success. So I think that model works versus starting from scratch.
And they give you the recipe. So how much, I know the students are always asking me, how much freedom do you get within that framework? So you have your standard roles. Do you have freedom to create what you want locally?
So we have the ability for how we customize our roles.
Okay.
Sometimes mistakes happen and we build onto the ingredients and what we sell. So not too much flexibility. The brand is the brand. The idea is that this Cinnaholic, no matter where you go, is the same. So the ingredients are going to be the same. How we make the product's going to be the same, but we can put our own spin on local favorite rolls and things like that. Mm-hmm.
Are there any local favorite rolls here in Louisville?
Not yet.
We're still working.
We're still working. We're actually doing a roll around Derby time.
Yes.
It's something that we can do.
Yes, you could do something with chocolate chips and pecans and have a Derby type roll.
Yep.
Awesome.
So we opened in August last year, so it hasn't been a full year yet. So this will be our first derby season. So like we're looking forward to folks coming in from like, we get a lot of people that have, oh yeah, I went to the one in Tennessee and I'm glad there's one here in Louisville now. So like they've been to other ones and they come here and they're just excited that Cinnaholic is in Louisville.
Had anyone ever been to a Cinnaholic before? No. Me either. And when I saw it and read about it, I was super excited. I was like, oh, okay, we need that. We definitely need that. So tell us how the response has been from the community.
I mean, it's been phenomenal. Like the day one when we opened, it was a special we had. It was like $2 rolls and the line was wrapped around the building. It was crazy.
The neighborhood, like down the street.
Seriously.
But we had a little bit of a mix-up though because our square system wasn't working, which you'll have things happen on the fly, and like so it was cash only, and so the folks had to go to this bank over here to get cash out of ATM. They're like, "No, I'm going to get some cash. We're going to try this roll."
They were coming back.
It worked out, but we were a little nervous about the help.
They were coming back, like people owning people's spots in line, going to the bank, coming back, and they were like doing that as the line slowly started to progress. So everyone is pretty excited about the brand still. And I guess probably with some of your other questions, it'll get into why Cinnaholic is unique and special.
Yeah, so let's go there. So why is Cinnaholic so unique and special?
Oh, you want me to since I teamed it up? Okay, sorry. So I don't know, how did everyone enjoy their rolls?
So good, so good.
So one of the things that make our product special is we are 100% plant-based. So we are essentially vegan. Everything in this bakery is vegan. So no animal, no dairy, we're lactose-free, not gluten-free, unfortunately. But that sets us apart. So people who have like allergies or, dietary restrictions, things like that, or just in that lifestyle of living an alternate, healthier life or lifestyle, so to say, really enjoy the product as well. So it can cater to everyone. And the fact that you all may not have known it was vegan can kind of speak to that. So
that's pretty cool. Because usually when you hear vegan, what do you think?
like super healthy.
Vegetables, all of that. Then you have this roll and you're like, oh, look at me, I'm healthy. Vegan.
I'll take it.
Yeah, really. That is pretty awesome. And so what kind of support does Cinnaholic give you?
They really help like marketing. So they help us a lot with like our Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. I don't know if I'm not on TikTok, but we get a lot of people that come in and they're like, yeah, I saw your TikTok video. It was really, I'm like, really? Okay. Tell you about our roles. But yeah, so they help us like from a marketing standpoint and of course with like sales. So like we're trying to do any promotions, they'll help us to figure out like what type of promotions make sense, what works. So again, just going back to why franchising is so great is like, you don't have to start from scratch. You can leverage what has worked at other locations to grow your sales or your presence. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Cinnaholic brand helps us in it.
And do they come out with new products occasionally, or how does that work?
So we have seasonal products. The lemon berry that just rolled
Did y'all
out
try
2
this?
weeks ago.
That y'all do you have another student? No, yes, hey there.
So we do have seasonal products that come in and out. We typically have a seasonal roll. Breads, like during the falls, we'll have like pumpkin and things like that.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
that's pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. So, what is the best thing about owning your own franchise?
I think for me, like the people, like you had asked one of the team members that question.
Yeah.
Like we just get all kinds of people that come in. It's like a fun place. People are like ready to get a dessert or something sweet. So it's like the excitement. Like you show them the menu, you walk through, and they're like. They're happy automatically. So just getting that vibe from people and meeting new people like in this area and just all over, and it's just fun.
So
you don't get to have that experience in multiple areas. It's like with something like this, you can have it.
It's true. So I asked the team. I said, "What's the best part about working here?" And they're like, "The people." And I go, "People you work with, or the customers?" Well, it's pretty cool, huh? When you can say that. But think about it. If you're coming here, you're in a good mood because you're going to get a sweet treat. I mean, you're like, I've decided I want to do this. This is great. Awesome. Now, I'm going to stop for a minute and let my students ask some questions. I know you all are pretty good at this. You've got these experts here. Sydney.
I was just wondering if you guys were thinking about opening another location.
Yeah.
Or as our business owner, no,
I'm gonna pull you out here a little bit. We can pull you in too to make sure you're in line. Thank you. Come on, please.
It's still debatable. I will say that with us being in our first year, it's just really trying to make sure we have foundation and that it's repeatable for us, considering our current schedules, and it takes a lot of just commitment and time, and ensuring that we have all the things put in place. So it could absolutely be another possibility, but right now, just trying to make sure our foundation's right.
And something. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to add to that, just to be like, as the finance person, to be a little bit transparent. You have to make sure that your profitability is in place before you can expand. So, like, it makes sense to get a location, but you have to make sure also that you are driving growth on your top line and your bottom line before you invest in another location. Because that's another loan, that's another set of folks that you got to hire, another investment. Like, this space was a blank space before. We had to invest all of the capital to build this out. So now we're in the process of trying to like pay ourselves back for all of that investment, and it probably won't take but maybe 2 or 3 years before we can get there. So it's like taking that into account too, where you see a lot of businesses fail because they want to expand so fast, they're not thinking about the financials as a foundational thing. So that's one part you got to pay attention to.
But there are other ways to grow. We learned about. So it's not just another location. What else could they do? They mentioned something earlier to me, but think about what else could they do with this business to help grow their top line revenue versus another location, which is a great question to say. Mm-hmm. Any thoughts?
Delivery.
That he's coming to
More
it.
channels.
Yeah, that's it. More channels. So more channels would be delivery. What will be another channel?
Catering.
There you go. And that's what they talk about. Tell us about what we think about catering, what the opportunity looks like.
I think that's the biggest unlock for us right now is catering. I mean, we have really good traffic that comes in the door, but the catering piece is where you can get the most bang for your buck. So like going out and meeting folks, different, making partnerships with, hopefully you avail one day, we can have a good partnership. So that's really the goal. That's on our North Star right now is getting the catering business going, growing. So.
And the nice part about catering, this I'll tell you from a restaurant person, is that when you get a catering order, you have zero waste. So you know exactly what to prepare, because they probably have some prepared at the end of the night. You have to throw some stuff away. You know exactly what you have to prepare. You know in advance, so you have zero waste, which helps your bottom line profitability. But the catering helps you leverage this asset and gets that top line. So, and then you bring that through, and it's just great. And we're starting something called Lou Brew. Have any of you heard about Lou Brew? That we're going to start the College of Business. Our students are going to start a coffee cart, which is very exciting. You never know. One day they may partner and decide to have Cinnaholic once a week, to have Cinnaholic rolls there. Wouldn't that be something? So there are a lot of avenues that you can grow that top line. And thinking about how can you bring it through. Delivery is great because people will deliver. I have a friend, I'm not making this up. She had potato chips DoorDashed. I still do today. I'm like, okay, but people will DoorDash everything.
Yeah, you get a lot of DoorDash.
Yeah,
a lot of
but
DoorDash
you do.
Uber Eats.
I was going to ask you, how much of that is your business?
It's probably like 15% of total sales.
That's pretty high. That's pretty high.
A lot of folks will come in. Like we have the side of that camera that you saw. That's dedicated to pickup for DoorDash and Uber Eats. That's really the only two we use right now. I know there's more, but DoorDash is it.
Can they order online and come and pick it up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we also online directly from Cinnaholic.com.
Oh, who doesn't love that? So great discussion on how you grow.
Good ideas. Came in.
I'm just curious. Do you guys have an app?
No,
No.
there's no app, unfortunately.
No.
I think corporate's working on it,
You
or
need an
something around it. Yeah.
That would be really good.
We do have loyalty though, so you get points for it. Hopefully you got signed up.
Questions.
When you're bringing in a brand that the Louisville community is not really known or familiar with, what are some of the challenges that you faced or continue facing right now?
Just the unknown, because a lot of times where we go, it's just trying to get the name out there. And the one thing that we try to do, and probably example, you've never had the product, you wouldn't know it, but we're going to let you taste it so that you can start to get familiar with the products that we serve. So it's really, just any avenue that we can, get in front of people just to talk about the brand, to share the products. That's kind of what our mindset is, because it is very challenging. Because this is the first Cinnaholic in Kentucky, so a lot of people have not had the product. Probably 90%, maybe now like 85% of the people, because we have a lot of repeats and regulars. But most people that are walking in these doors, especially those first few months, this was their first time here. So it's like trying just to make sure that they're able just to, enjoy the product and then spread the word.
Sampling's very effective. A lot of places do that, and it's so effective. So I don't know if you all have tried this yet. I'm buying some to go. It's so effective. I would definitely recommend you taste. They are so good. It really does help. Because you're right. If it's a new brand and people aren't familiar, they need to know somehow.
We spend some time also just going like in the area and dropping off samples. Trying to get folks. We spend a ton of time doing that. So that's something you have to do, especially in the first year. Just like you got to meet people. You have to. In addition to our day jobs.
I was just going to say, you have more than one day job, though.
Oh, yeah.
The coffee grinding. Talk about that. What is that company?
Yeah, so West Lou Coffee. So I roast out of the west end of Louisville, off of Broadway. Been roasting for about 5 years now. And we have our coffee at Blue Dog Bakery, Rainbow Blossom, here at Cinnaholic. So a few places. And it's mostly miche. We just have miche. So it's mostly wholesale. So like I source the beans, roast it, and supply it to restaurants and places. So.
Is that just a passion of yours?
Yeah, I love coffee. I've been drinking coffee since my college days.
Now that is interesting.
Yeah.
That is really.
I'm hoping to grow that also parallel so that I don't have to work a full-time job. That's the goal.
I gotcha. Because you're looking for more flexibility.
Yeah.
You're killing yourselves now to get the flexibility in the future, which makes sense.
You got to.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you kind of like balance your time and like taking care of yourself while also like starting this your first year, full-time job?
Self-care is critical. How are you doing this?
That's very hard because there's limited time, but I have found avenues to be able to just kind of reset and relax. I would say my most recent is I love to soak in a bathtub. Just anytime I can soak, just to like melt off all of the sweat and the tears and all the stuff. That's what I do. So that's kind of like how I meditate and just relax. And then
well, right now we've been closed on Sundays, so that's been like our day of decompression. But we're gonna be open on Sundays starting in April. We'll be going from like 10 to 4. It won't be a full day, but we'll be open on Sundays starting in April.
But it will be because you have prep work in the morning before open, and then you have to close. So it's not just 10 to 4. But you have a good team. You have a good team as well.
Do you like to golf?
Great.
I think you kind of answered this, but what do you think is the way you've gotten most customers? Like, is it word of mouth, social media, or like what you said, doing samples around?
I think, this location, like folks will just be riding by and they're like, I saw Cinnaholic, I just wanted to stop in. And then social media, like we get a lot of people from like TikTok that come in and just meeting people like what's track on Louisville. What would you say?
I would say, and then just our 3 pillars here, our service, sanitation, and safety. And so we try to make sure that when anyone walks through the doors, that we're treating everyone right. That we're being exceptional with customer service so that they want to come back and they share others. That's Mr. Gregory. He comes in here at least once a week, twice a week maybe at times. So we have our raters that will continuously come in, and he loves our team, everyone on our team.
I love him.
Those are the things that we just really want that we try to just make sure that we have that connection. Everyone that walks in the door.
We get that feedback a lot. It's like there's not a lot of places anymore that really care about your name and like what it is that you like, and just remember you. We take pride in that, like just because that's just who we are, and that's what the service we would like to have when we go to places. So it's something that I think is working. And then like even in the reviews, so I guess to back to your point of how, so like if you go on Google, like our rating is really high, so folks will see, oh, this place is actually pretty legit. So I think that
We could do a Google review for them. We can all do that and help for sure. So you talked about service, sanitation, safety. That's interesting. Is that those are your values, or did that come from Cinnaholic?
those are Dion's values.
Yes. Yes. So before actually with this bakery, I worked in a grocery retail, and I oversaw like 30 bakeries within Kroger division in Atlanta. And so having all of that time and just what the philosophy and expectation was there, it's just always been with me, no matter where I'm at. So like I've had 10 plus years of just that foundation. So it was easy for me to just kind of know exactly what it's going to take to bring it to this store and what was important. So just being able to see feedback, the receipt papers, I don't know if y'all were at Kroger, the receipt papers and you saw the survey, I supported that for over 100 stores. So I saw feedback all the time. So it kind of instilled in me. So bringing it here is like, this is what we're going to do. And this is going to ensure that if we closed our days, if we had to close our store, at least those 3 things I would feel good about at the end of the day. That we sustain, that level. So it had to be something else because it couldn't have been those things. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then obviously you built this culture. Your team members love working here. So you obviously build a rich culture that extends to the team as well. How do you do that? Maybe you can even tell us some things they do to make you love being here.
Well, the management is awesome. I've worked at many jobs and I've struggled with the very high-end corporate people, and like a couple who are working really hard themselves to make this place run. It puts a lot of motivation in me. When I first got hired, I was, learning everything and learning how they ran the business, and now they feel like they can kind of take a step back because we have such a good team now to step in for them and handle what we need to.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great management.
Lexi's awesome.
Yeah.
That makes a difference. You have to build that culture to empower the team to actually take over. You have to trust and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So if they love working here, this is a lot. This is a whole lot. What other questions do you guys have?
Are you guys interested in franchising? Anybody? Yeah.
Yeah. And y'all thought about what you want to franchise?
What's the best way for them to get started, do you think?
So for us, we kind of leaned into what we like, and then did some research. So we actually reached out to franchisees. I think it was one of the questions. So we talked to other Cinnaholic franchisees. Of course, I did the financial due diligence, what are the margins in this kind of business? Looked at the FDD and all the different items.
They know FDD.
So yeah, so we did all. It took us maybe like 2 years before we finally moved forward. But so we took a lot of time researching. Just seeing what is Cinnaholic, what is franchising before we actually pull the trigger.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the main things that we've been focusing on in running into, and having conversations with influencers. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Are you an influencer?
Not really.
I was gonna say.
Stanford.
Don't talk.
They're part of your influencers. It's kind of really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I have another question. Would you guys ever host a competition of who can make the best roll?
That's a good idea.
That's going to be me, regardless.
No competition.
No, just kidding.
That's a good idea.
Each employee makes a roll and whatever sells the most. So we're viewed well.
He's on a roll right now.
Yeah, he's on an influencer.
He is on a roll. That was a good one too. But you know how fun that would be is then you could put that on social media.
Yeah.
I mean, those are ideas that people will be like that. Oh, what are they doing there? That would be interesting.
That's one thing that we want to invest in more, with our team, just because we understand young people, it's TikTok. And so just knowing how to capture good views and virality, I guess, is one thing that us old folks. We just don't know. We're still Facebook. So that's like OG. That's like the OG.
I like Facebook. We're on this YouTube channel right now. So YouTube's kind of where it's at.
YouTube. Yeah. YouTube too.
So that is. Yeah.
Reels and
Those are great ideas. Got any more?
Yeah.
I think the last one would be like, have you ever thought about like doing a video, like recording the day in the life of owning a franchise?
Oh, that's great.
That's a good idea.
We could do that.
You know what? We might have to talk after.
It's definitely fun. That'll be good for our YouTube channel.
Might as well.
That's great.
Yeah, I like that.
That's great. Anyone else want to ask any questions? It's been so fascinating.
Appreciate y'all coming in.
Hasn't it? Well, I'm going to ask you some rapid fire leadership questions.
Yeah.
Do you want to stand? Are you good standing there? All right. He's going to be fast. Okay. So, what finally pushed you to own your own business?
Love.
What did you underestimate most about owning a business?
Time.
And what surprised you the most in a good way?
The response.
Yeah. That's what I said.
I didn't think we were going to be this busy.
That is great. So when did it first feel real that this is on you all now?
It had
On that first loan payment.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
When the loan
Like
came
that
in,
loan's
I
like
got
going
you.
away.
That's a good one. What's been the hardest day so far?
Grand opening.
Well, Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas. Well, like right before Christmas. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, we had some
more ready for it. Yeah.
We're not ready.
We had to close. Like stop people from coming in. Get big orders. Like things we just get.
Like we're just opening. Like we've only been open.
So next year, this year we'll know how to prepare for Christmas.
You'll be ready. So what keeps you up at night now?
Payroll.
Yeah, I was up last night.
Payroll literally kept her up last night.
Till midnight running payroll.
It's important.
So
That's important. So what part of the job at being a franchisee do people glamorize that's actually tough?
I think just owning a business is glamorized, but it is tough. It's a tough thing to do.
It's a lot of hours.
Yeah.
A lot of hours. So how is leading hourly employees different from leading corporate teams?
It's more fun.
yeah.
Like just way more fun.
Yeah.
What's one mistake you made early with your team?
Pick some bad folks. We're down to some great folks, man.
We got the team. We have a perfect team. But the idea when we were first told, it's like, you just need bodies. So we had some
So you need
bodies.
to hire 30 people for grand opening. So anybody that came in for an interview, like, all right,
You're
I'm sorry.
hired. These are the
Yeah.
people. You're hired. And we cycle out and we have an amazing team now.
That's excellent. So how do you build accountability without losing people? So how do you hold them accountable and still make them want to be here?
I think just making sure that no one feels like singled out or that we're all a team to help each other. So
I should think also not being afraid to give feedback. So like sometimes there's tough conversations you gotta have. You know, it's not always gonna be friendly.
That's right.
So you just gotta be in that. But if you're gonna own a business, you gotta be in that mode of being able to have a tough conversation sometimes.
We studied that in the collaboration class. We talk about that. What do your best team members do that others don't? Think back to those folks that are no longer here. What do the best ones do?
stay later than our shift just to get experience, exposure, and making sure that we were taken care of, because we didn't know what to expect. So see, she's staying. We didn't ask her to stay. She wanted to stay just to be a part of it. So that says a lot. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's our best.
I was gonna say the best ones anticipate the next thing.
And
Like always, they just one step ahead every time. It's like you don't have to tell them to do. They already know what to do next. So
That's great. That's great. So how do you show up on a bad day when your team still needs you?
you just show up.
show up looking bad. Dion has cried in front of the team,
I've had a
throwing trash cans.
no.
They've seen the good and the bad. So
Oh yeah.
Because there are
And it's not because of the team. It's certain
just-
things.
yeah.
Just
of course. It's a lot.
it's a lot.
So what has changed most in how you think about money?
Everything costs. Everything. So we try to I know it's like those small things. We try to resource or recycle every dollar that we have, even to the point of some of this, some of the kind of silly things that we do with recycling water. So in the back, we have a wash, rinse, and sanitize station, and we have a fourth bucket that we're supposed to just really clean before we wash. So now we take the wash that's kind of dirty, lukewarm, and we put it into the empty sink, and we replenish the hot water for the wash. So things like that, just to try to save any extra dollar, because things are super high. And we've noticed a spike in our ingredients going up even since we first opened. Some things are even almost double what they were originally. So it's trying to ensure that we're being very mindful of every dollar.
Mm-hmm. You have to be totally.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. So what skill from corporate helped you the most?
Finance.
Yes. Read. Mm-hmm.
Finance.
How about you? Yeah.
Probably just management and people, having an HR background, a management and retail. So
That's good. That's good. Who should not make the leap into franchising? What type of person would not fit?
If you're afraid of risk, if you're very risk averse, I would say you shouldn't do it. Or if you're passive, you kind of, it's not for, you gotta be
It's not passive.
not at all.
If you had the chance to start over, this will be your last question. If you had the chance to start over today, what would you do differently?
not better contractors.
For the build out?
Yeah. It took way longer than it should have.
And that's money for you. Because you're paying a lease.
I don't know if I would have did it. But maybe it went through.
I would have said contractors. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. And one last piece of advice do you have for these students who are getting ready to hit the work world?
Follow your dream. If you're feeling like franchising is it, jump right in. Learn as much as you can before you do, but definitely do it. This I would rather be doing this full time versus having to learn. I love it. I love franchising. It's fun.
What I say, and I tell even anyone that I meet, is wherever you are is for a season. So whatever you can do during that season, you might not be making enough. You might not be doing this or that. Utilize that time for your own self-growth and getting skills that you might not normally get somewhere else. So you can build upon that and then work to something else or work to something else. So just because you are in a place maybe that you might not envisioned or dreamed that you would, not where you're supposed to be at that time, focus on that time and what can you get out of that situation that can help prepare you for the next.
Great sound advice. Even when you have maybe the worst boss in the world, what can you learn not to do when you're the boss? So that's great advice. Great advice. Well, you guys have been terrific. This has been so fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please have the samples.